She can save you lots of money on Medicare. Get you insurance quotes from over 40 companies from the comfort of your home. She'll show you how to navigate the confusing healthcare system. Tammy's been in the business a long time, and she's seen a lot of changes in the system. Believe me, it can be confusing. So stop stressing out and call Tammy Rowe at 631-4795. 631-4795. Tammy knows her stuff.
This is Randy Larson from Monica's. Just got the results of the 2017 Best of the Area voting. Thank you to all who voted, because Monica's won Best Restaurant overall for the second year in a row and Best Family Restaurant for the third year. We also earned top 3 in Best Italian Restaurant, Best Pizza, and Best Lunch Spot. I would never claim that we are the best restaurant in town, but I'm so thankful that our customers think so. Congratulations to our whole team, especially the kitchen crew and Chef Sal. It's great to see their hard work recognized.
They want your hot tub worse than you do. The Used Spa Outlet, located on Highway 1 south of Menards in Iowa City, is looking for used hot tubs to restore back to nearly new with a warranty. If you have a hot tub you wish to get rid of, restore, or sell, contact theusedspaoutlet.com. Go to their website, usedspaoutlet.com, to see how to get your tub removed, restored, or sold.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Clouds with some foggy areas this morning, otherwise sunshine for today, far cooler and less humid, and a high in the low 70s. Tonight, a mostly clear sky. Low drops down to around 55 degrees. More sun on Thursday, upper 70s for a high. Showers and thunderstorms return to the forecast Thursday night through Friday, right on into Saturday morning. Some pockets of heavy rain possible once again. Highs into the low 80s. That's your KCJJ forecast. Currently it's 62 degrees.
Weather brought to you by the Westport Touchless Auto Washes at Walmart in Iowa City, Coralville's Hy-Vee, allhawkeyes.com. Brought to you by Premier Automotive in North Liberty. Hit a deer. Call Premier. Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Mike's Lock and E-Keys for cars. GT Car and his crew at Supple Siding and Remodeling. Sittler's LED Supplies. Supple's Flowers, the home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Ox Yoke Inn. Zephyr Printing and Design and Imprinted Ink at the Ped Mall. And Big Dog TV and Internet, serving all of eastern Iowa with Dish, DirecTV, Internet, and more. Don't call the 800 number. Call local. Call Kevin and his crew at Big Dog at 338-6600. Charlie Taylor is on the... Where's Pat going? Pat from Harty from allhawkeyes.com.
So we got Charlie Taylor. Charlie, now you're Director of Marketing and Strategic Communications. Is that your full and official title?
Associate AD, and yeah. So wait, you just confused me with Pat Harty. Is that what happened?
Sure.
We apologize
okay,
for...
I see. That's all right. I'll deal with
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, I'm joking.
But were we...
Good morning. How's everything going?
Not bad. We survived the deluge of, what was that, about an hour's worth of...
About 3.5 inches in an hour.
And Charlie, I got to admit, there was panic on Twitter last night about the water on the field, but then I kept saying to myself, these people do realize it's Tuesday and that this water will drain, right? I mean,
yeah.
Can you give us an update on the field?
Absolutely. So I was actually over there about 6:30, 7 a.m. There is no water on the field. We will be playing on Saturday in Kinnick Stadium. I saw Twitter as well, and no, we would not be moving a game out west to that other place. Kinnick Stadium will be ready to go. There is some work to be done. Look, you get that much rain, it's got to go somewhere, and it decided to go on to the field. So, but our staff is already on it. We will get everything cleaned up where it needs to be cleaned up, and there'll be no issues for Saturday.
So in the olden days when it was just plain old real turf, without the drainage and stuff, would this have stopped us from playing in Kinnick Saturday?
That's a great question. I don't necessarily know the answer to, because the stadium also was so different.
It was.
Yeah.
Depending on how far back you go, there weren't, stands in the end zones.
Well, that's
So
true.
Good
it was
point.
drained off that way. But obviously, I think everybody knows Kenneck is down in the ground. It's a hole in the ground when you get past a certain thing. So that much rain, look, we normally, I mean, in the think of the deluge games that we've had, everything is drained fine. That just goes to show how much we got yesterday by the fact that, holy cow, I mean, that was a lot. And when you have a normal game and it doesn't do that, so it was definitely a unique circumstance. But, again, we have no concerns right now. There is work to be done. They are working on it as construction is happening. We do not anticipate any challenges for Saturday.
So like 6 or 7 years ago, I think it was, when was it Tennessee Tech?
Tennessee Tech, yep.
And, I mean, it looked like a complete deluge pouring down the aisles at Kinnick Stadium. Had to clear everybody out. It was just unbelievable. It was like it was last night.
That game didn't finish, did it?
Yeah.
I thought did they come back?
No, they came back.
Okay, I can't even remember.
I couldn't get Bud. Bud said, I never left Kinnick during a game, and I'm not going to now.
Well, there was tons of lightning.
And he sat up there, and it was soaked. I went down, talked to his wife. I said, I can't get him to come in. And she goes, well, then let him get struck by lightning then.
Well, the weather on Saturday, the rain is lessening, isn't it? There's not as much of a chance for rain on Saturday?
Yeah, so the reports that we're getting in says that it's starting to dissipate as far as where it was a couple days ago, and that's normal. Nothing out of the ordinary here. We've in the past received, Monday morning, okay, get ready, it's going to be 100% rain, and then we've got 65 and sunny on Saturday. So,
sure, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying right now.
National Weather Service,
they're saying right now a 20%. It's gone down tremendously.
From 60% to 20%?
Yeah, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday.
Well, what hasn't gone down, though, Charlie, and this is what I wanted you to address for our listeners. I've been doing this for a long time, and I cannot remember a time when there's been more construction in Iowa City at key plants. What are you guys suggesting to fans coming in on Saturday? Any specific routes, or just to be aware of what's? Because, like I said, Dubuque Street, Mormon Trek, what else? Riverside, First Avenue,
Coralville.
So, what are you suggesting, Charlie?
So and that you're absolutely right. So first of all, we're doing everything we can. Kinnick is still going to be an amazing game day experience, but we're asking first and foremost all fans leave earlier this year because there is a lot of construction. One, we're being told Dubuque Street is a viable entrance in. It'll be like last year. We'll have 2 lanes in and 1 lane out for pregame. So 2 lanes in, 1 lane going out for pregame. And then postgame, we'll flip that. We'll have additional officers in that area, and we'll be 2 lanes going out after the game.
Okay.
All indications that we're being told is that the bridge will be operational. So we're planning off of that. But, again, that's for people's patience as that project is wrapping up. First Avenue, that's a challenge, and we all know that. Everybody lives in our area, but for those who don't, that's a long-term project they're working on. Mm-hmm. Use Coral Ridge or Dubuque Street to come in. We're asking folks to steer clear of that. That's 1 lane either way, and it's going to be that way through the bulk of the football season. The other one, Riverside and Myrtle. So Riverside Drive, we have a lot of folks that park in our Myrtle lot. We're asking them to go Benton Street to Greenwood to access Myrtle because down on Riverside and Myrtle, that's down to 1 lane. So that will become very congested. And then the one that's most recent is Mormon Trek. So if you're coming in 218, exit Melrose, because coming down and trying to access down Mormon Trek, that's 1 lane either way right now. So you are correct. There is a lot of construction going on, but we feel that with the plan we've got and trying to get the word out, fans just leave early. We ask for patience, but at the same time, there's not much we can do about it.
Right.
We got to get the streets fixed. So.
Well, the good news is it's a 2:30 or a 2:40 kickoff, so that will actually spread out the influx of the fans, and actually that's real good news. And the same is true of the following 2 weeks. They're actually even later, so that will help ease congestion.
Absolutely, and that's why, again, I would ask all fans to try and get on camp. Plan if you were coming here for a morning game. I know that sounds bad because you're going to be in traffic, but again, the key is getting here on time, being able to enjoy yourself before coming in, and then, doing everything we can to help the team get a big victory. So we're going to keep traffic updates at HawkeyeSports.com/game-day, as well as, and probably the easiest, fastest way will be on our social media accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram throughout Friday and Saturday as fans are coming into town. So ask fans to watch there. But, yes, with the later start times, we got lucky. We don't determine those. And, if I could tell you when Wisconsin is, I'd be happy to. But we won't find that out until probably after the Iowa State game. So we're all hoping for an afternoon or an evening game. But, again, that's out of our control. That's television's call. So the afternoon starts definitely help us.
As far as the North End Zone project, we were over there yesterday. I mean, everything is getting close to getting ready for the game. But obviously it's just for the fans who are kind of unaware or not updated with what's going on. What's going to be available there, and what do you suggest to fans? I mean, obviously, if you're a fan going to the game, isn't part of you curious and you want to go get as close a look to the North End Zone? What do you suggest to people on how they can get a look at the North End Zone, but with not really cluttering it up? And what is available? What will be available to fans at the game on Saturday who are sitting in that area?
Yeah, well, first of all, we want to thank all of our construction folks. The project is on time and on budget. Yep. It was always going to be, and we've announced that, from day one when Director Barta announced the project. This is a two-stage. Yep. The actual reopening of the new Kinnick Stadium will be next fall, but they are ahead of schedule. All the seats are in. Everything is ready to go for what's been promised. But with that comes the fact that it's not done. It is a construction project that will be ongoing throughout the season. Fans will see things change from Game 1 to Game 7. All the seats are in. We have concessions all that will be on the concourses. There are portable concessions. The restrooms, this is the fun part. So Evashevsky, behind the street behind the stadium, and everybody I know is very aware of, that will become part of our concourse. That will be blocked off Friday, middle of the night. All of our restroom facilities are not in the North End Zone yet. They will not be in this year. What we have, I think we might be the number one purchaser of Porta-Johns in the state of Iowa this year. Last year we had some, in the North End Zone's old configuration, we had some 60 restroom facilities, male and female. We have doubled that for this year with Porta-John facilities, and it will be doubled next year when we open the new stadium. But, yes, if you are in the upper level, in the club area, or on the lower level, you have to go out to Evashevsky, which is, again, right there. It's all part of the concourse. It's not getting your ticket rescanned, nothing along those lines, to use the restroom facilities. We will also have food trucks out on Evashevsky to serve as additional concession locations. There'll be concessions on all three levels of the North End Zone, but there will also be food trucks parked outside of the North End Zone for fans to get concessions. The last piece to communicate is that the bus transportation center is in the concourse, will be considered part of the stadium, and in that will be a first aid and medical center, as well as if we get to a heat mitigation day where we're over a certain temperature, which will not, right now we're not projecting for Saturday, there will be a cooling zone in that area as well. So we've tried to think of all the different things that we need to have while putting on a football game to almost 70,000 people. Without those facilities, we feel like we've got a good plan. But the last thing I would add is, we're watching and we'll be listening to our fans. After Game 1, whatever challenges are there, we'll do everything we can to make adjustments for Games 2, 3, 4 through 7. So we think we've got it covered, but again, you've got to go through it to really know.
Last I heard, Charlie, there were still roughly 2,500 tickets for sale for Saturday's game. Is that accurate?
Yes, we are right where we've been the last couple of years, which is fantastic. And, again, I want to thank all of our fans. It's amazing with all the things we've got going on. Our loyalty is right where it's always been. It also doesn't hurt when our friend Kirk Herbstreit says we're one of the top 5 most intimidating places in the country to play, and it's because of our fans. About 2,500 tickets remain for Saturday. We anticipate those disappearing in the next 48 hours. The other big news is that we are almost pretty much done with the rest of September. Both Iowa State, UNI, and Wisconsin are down to singles. There might be a couple of pairs in there, So I would just communicate to fans, if you are planning to come to any game in September and you haven't got your tickets yet, visit HawkeyeSports.com. Time is running out, which is good news because we're going to provide the best possible atmosphere we can for our squad to take the field. And we just can't wait. I mean, marching band's going to be in hopefully Thursday afternoon to hear what this thing sounds like. And when we get 70,000 people in there and we've got this new wall of people in the north end zone, loud might not be a big enough word to what it's going to be like in that stadium. We're already intimidating the opposing people. You can just ask some of the fans who got to visit here last year for certain games. We can't wait to hear what it sounds like with that new wall up. So it's going to be pretty cool.
I was just going to ask you about that. Have there been any studies done or anything like that about what the increase in the decibel level might be from the north end zone, or we're just going to find out together?
We're going to find out together because here's why. It's really hard to try, and it's almost, I just say this, it sounds absolute, but it's almost impossible to try and recreate 70,000 screaming people at a touchdown against Ohio State.
Yeah, that is true. I'll tell you what, though, Charlie, just being down there on that field, it's just a completely different feel with that north end zone now. It just looks, I mean, it's still Kinnick Stadium, but it's just added such an element that I've maybe been more impressed with it than I thought I would be. Okay, it's just another renovation, that's fine, but boy, you get down there and you're like, wow, it's something.
Imposing.
Yes,
is
that's a good word
that I heard used.
That's a good word.
You
for
walk
it.
down, even if you come in the south end, you don't get it. But as you get closer, and I can only imagine. Look, if you look at my body type, I was drafted for the front office, meaning I never get to play.
Uh-huh.
I can't imagine if I'm the opposing team and I'm driving down to that north end. I mean, it's not just the height. But the fact that we've enclosed it, the wings are, I call them the wings, but the wings are enclosed, and it basically almost wraps all the way around.
Yeah.
But in a cool look, it's not by any means a bowl. I can't imagine what it would be like if I have to go down to that end of the stadium and quote-unquote work and try and get something done as the opposing team. Our hope is and our feeling is the word deafening will be a word that someday opposing coaches use when they leave here unhappy. So it should be, again, we'll see in Northern Illinois, and then obviously we'll see the next week when our friends from out west come to visit.
Basically, you're telling me to leave my hearing aids at home.
I don't know if I want to leave them at home, but I want to turn them off.
I think a lot of fans who haven't been around or are just come, I think they're going to be stunned when they were like, whoa, it's impressive. It really is. So, we got anything else, Charlie, you want to discuss?
I think we hit them all.
I think we've covered all the bases.
We covered everything. We're looking for a great day. We are right there. We're, the clock is ticking. We're looking at hours now and not days. So the excitement level is off the chart. Just ask everybody to be patient with us. Spend the next 48, 72 hours preparing your tailgates and preparing to come in, and we're going to be loud Saturday afternoon and get victory number one. Hey,
Charlie, I do one thing. There was some confusion, some tweets indicating that Hayden may be here this weekend, and maybe you're not. I've been told by some very good authority that Hayden is not going to be here this weekend. I mean, can you comment on that, or is that not in your area? Or I'm pretty people that have told me have said that he's not going to be here.
I don't officially know.
Okay.
I'm not going to officially comment. I just know that, definitely he's been invited.
Oh, I know that,
if
yes.
he doesn't arrive, it has, what I will say, it has nothing to do with him not wanting to be here. As we all know, Hayden's getting up there in age.
Yes.
And any decision coach makes, we fully support and respect. It is not to slight anybody, but it's just harder and harder for him to travel these days. So
especially to fly.
I don't officially know, but at the same time, if he's here, fantastic. If he's not, we fully understand and support, and we're still going to celebrate that 83 coaching staff and everything that Coach Fry brought to us and put us where we're at today.
No, it's going to be a neat weekend.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us the up-to-the-second info. And all I can add to what we've been saying so far is go Hawks.
Yeah. Go Hawks. We look forward to it. We'll see everybody on Saturday.
All right, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
But no, Hayden will not be. There was some confusion.
He's 89 years old.
Well, there was a while, I guess they thought he may be here. Iowa Football Live's Twitter account actually tweeted it, and then it was in the notes. And I think they were willing. They had a jet arranged to fly, but like he'd be in the plane. It's not many 89, 90 cancer survivor. I mean, it's just a lot to do. But no, it's nothing to do with. It's strictly precautionary health for a guy like Captain said. He will be 89 on or no.
He is.
He was born on. He's 89 now. He'll be 90 on February.
So he's a full 20 years older than you, Steve. A full.
He was in college when you were born. You're so young. You've got so much. You've got so much ahead of you.
Yeah, sure I do.
You're just getting started.
Pop.
With all the stuff you got going on right now, man, the future it's boundless. You don't know where it could stop.
I enjoyed talking to Charlie.
Yeah, that was good.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, that was good. And he everything he said, anything surprised you? I think they've got this handled about as well as you can when you're doing a two-phase project.
We all knew it was not going to be ready for this first year, and I will be just tickled to death if it's completely ready for next year.
And it will be. It will be.
Most
projects like this rarely don't get done in time, and they'll figure out a way to do it. They just always seem to. These construction companies are amazing what they can do. I mean,
and then on Monday, we'll end all Hawkeyes a little early so that we can get in all the noise complaints on the police report.
From the game?
From the game.
That's fine.
No, we won't.
You could do is have Tommy come in, read the noise complaints on all Hawkeyes because it's Hawkeye football related. And then
that would be the whole.
You think there'll be
the whole thing?
Well, and it's going to be louder.
Oh, sure
it
will.
has to be louder because of the configuration.
It will be louder.
Well, I guarantee you, it will be at least 15 decibels loud.
So is that how the Kinnick House? Does it have the new renovated north end zone?
They're
working on it right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't heard squat about the Kinnick House.
The only time we do it is to tease the people that don't want it, right?
Yeah.
The only time you bring it up.
Well, I don't want to tease anybody.
But I don't believe.
Along with everybody.
I do not believe the Kinnick House is going to be ready for Game 1. I do not believe it is.
No, I don't think
it's continuing just on pace with the North End Zone project.
But I've been in stadiums before where they've done things like that, for concerts and everything. We did an oldies show, and this is not exact science, but we did an oldies show in Wisconsin, and then the next year we did the same damn show, and the sound guy told me it was at least 15, 20 dB.
Well, the best way
that's a huge number.
Yeah.
The best way I can describe it is Kinnick is sort of now that section kind of looks like Ohio State, Penn State type stadium, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It just have you been to those stadiums?
I have.
It just looks half of that area now looks like something that Ohio State or Penn State would have. It's just it's
the only
impressive.
one I haven't been to is Maryland.
I have not been to. I've been to the Maryland campus, but I haven't been there for a game.
Did you go to Rutgers?
I did not go to Rutgers. I remember I hired.
I
got a stringer out in New Jersey that did Rutgers for me.
Sean?
Yeah, Sean Gibbs. He's actually doing Penn State. I have two people covering Penn State and Indiana because obviously I can't go to Indiana because idiot Tyler schedules his wedding on a football Saturday.
And that ought to be illegal.
What?
Seriously.
Well, I asked him.
You can get married anytime.
When I said, when you were married,
you only have 7 games.
When I asked him when you were born, did they just drop on your head or something? Are you just dumb? Football Saturday for a game.
It's a football. Well, Anthony used to rip people for getting married on especially a home game, and then he got married.
No, I think Anthony used to just rip people. Can we just leave it there? Just leave it there. You don't need any subtext. He used to just rip.
Although
people.
I can add a little story to that, in that Anthony's wedding was for the Iowa-Syracuse game, and we left the reception a little bit early.
The one with the goal line stand?
Yes. So I got home in time to watch like the last 10 minutes.
That's all you needed to watch.
The fourth quarter, yeah.
Because it really was a boring game until the goal line
terrible.
stand. Terribly boring.
Hello.
Hey, it's lonely old Grandpa Dirk.
Hey, lonely old Grandpa Dirk.
Good morning.
Sup?
Heard you talking about the Kinnick House.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it's going to be ready, but it wouldn't surprise me if they still entertain some people.
Oh, I'm
we're
sure.
pretty much counting on that.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
Toga party.
Have any of you driven down Dubuque Street this week?
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually I have.
Yeah, so
I don't see any way on God's green earth that they're going to have that Park Road Bridge connected to Dubuque Street in time.
See, I thought there was a 7-day thing where you had to let concrete set for 7 days before you drive on it. Is that not accurate?
Maybe the concrete's been set and it's setting now. They're going to have it.
When I drove by there
It's not.
on Sunday, it had not been poured.
If they're saying they're going to have it ready, they'll have it ready. Because if not, they're going to have a disaster on their hands.
Well, if that's not ready, they're going to have a disaster.
But I'm just saying, I think it's going to be ready. I mean, how often do things like this happen and it doesn't end up being what they say? I
Most
mean,
of the time.
No, you don't have stats for that, Dirk. You're just talking out your A. I mean, but most of them get done. So just give them the benefit of the doubt, and it's Wednesday. I mean, don't start saying right now that it's not going to happen because of what you see. Just give them the benefit of the doubt for now. I mean, it's like you guys
well,
are
it would
almost...
sure be helpful.
Don't
Well, yeah,
say
and
you
there's-
guys. I didn't say anything.
Well, concrete needs 7 days. I mean,
That's-
it's like I'm working with a
It
bunch
does.
of...
It
suddenly,
does.
Suddenly I'm with a bunch of engineers now, and you guys know more than the people doing it. Just give
Well,
them
I
a
poured
chance.
I had a new driveway poured 3 years ago, and it was 7 days that we had to
Okay,
wait.
then maybe you need to call the construction people and let them know what's going on. Because, I mean, just all I'm saying is give them the benefit of the doubt for now. And if by Friday or Thursday, I mean, it's Wednesday. I mean, if they're saying it's going to be, they're saying it's going to be ready to go. So, I mean,
Maybe we should drive by there again today and see if they've got it poured.
but I
yet.
would avoid that area anyway because it's going to be a one lane. It's going to be, to me, Dubuque Street, I don't care where that to me would be the last area I'd go through to get in.
First Avenue is the last area I'd go.
Well, he told you not. I'm saying the areas that they recommended. He recommended you stay away from First Avenue.
Okay, concrete, generally concrete sets in 24 to 48 hours, allowing for you to walk on it and
Right.
partially cured within a week,
Right.
at which point you can continue building construction. Most mixes fully cure in 28 days.
So it said within a week. So I'm sure they know. I'm sure we're not talking about things that they're not aware
I
of.
don't know what that means.
Man, did you guys hear those guys on the radio?
To
Jesus, we
cure.
were.
What does it mean to cure?
to be completely
Solid?
yeah.
I-
To be,
I-
to be
don't know.
completely 100%.
When I was
Rock
in
solid.
when I was in grade school, they were pouring concrete for the sidewalks at the grade school, and we were having contests to see who could jump over the square.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I fell right on my ass.
But if I was fans, I would stay away from Dubuque Street. I, really
I would too.
That would be my last of all the areas he recommended to get through because whether that bridge is open or not, it's still going to be a cluster down
The only
Well, you've
reason
got Governor Street that's also tore up if you're trying to get out of town after the game. Avoid Governor Street because that's a nightmare. You've got a good portion of Jefferson Street, also one lane.
Dodge Street's not under construction, is it?
I think Dodge Street is okay.
If you can
There's
get to
no,
Dodge,
actually, there's a part of Dodge Street now that you mention it by the old elementary school across from Dodge Street Tire that is one lane because of all the construction.
Well, okay.
but if you can get to Dodge Street, to me, that's the way to get out of town or in. But I would say come from the mall, or come from the south. I mean, the south, then you got to deal with Riverside. I would stay away from Riverside too. Riverside's a
Riverside's a
mess.
mess.
Yeah, it is not good.
So
Yeah, and Burlington Street is also narrowed to 2 lanes.
well, it's going to be
west
2 and 1
of-
lane. He just discussed it. We just discussed it with him. It's going to be 2 lanes coming in, 2 lanes.
Yeah, that's
coming-
Dubuque.
Oh, Burlington Street.
Yeah,
okay.
Burlington, east of Dodge Street is down to
Well,
2.
Clinton, there's a pun. It's not just Burlington. Tyler and I were on it yesterday. Clinton, the street what's the street right there? The last one before you start going down the hill. I believe it's Clinton. There's a ton of. I would just stay away from downtown. There's construction all over. Clinton Street's got down to 1 lane right by the parking ramp there across from Joseph Street. That's a mess.
Yeah.
I'd say a helicopter's your best way of getting in and out of the.
Well, Tyler and I got caught in that yesterday, and it is a mess there at the intersection of Clinton and Burlington Street. And then in front of the mill is also under construction too. That's been under construction for all summer, and it's almost like the best way to come in would be from the west. But then if you have everybody coming in from the same direction, then you're going to have a mess with that.
Or the south.
The south, though, but you got Riverside and Mormon Trek. They're both under construction. I mean, what other way?
Sunset would be the way to come.
I think Moorman Track's okay, isn't it?
No, you've got the bike lane.
I'm
on
sorry,
Moorman
I was
Track.
thinking of Scott Boulevard.
No,
Sorry.
Sunset, yes, Sunset's the way to come, but think about Sunset, how much of that is just slow. If you have everybody
Slow
coming that
as
way,
molasses.
Sunset will be a disaster if everybody just goes Sunset. But it is that and coming from the west are about the only ways to get in.
Leave at 9 o'clock.
That's what, like Charlie said, allow a bunch of time,
Yeah.
don't get through it. But this is unprecedented as far as construction.
No.
I never remember this much.
Pat, I was wondering how you're going to be celebrating Gigi Allen's 62nd birthday today.
By washing my hands after I go to the bathroom. That's what I'm going to be doing.
With Dirk, we got to do our finance.
Okay, thanks for taking
Thank you for the call.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you getting there? That's the guy.
Hey, it's a good question. Driving into work every day, it's frustrating.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and we don't have a city around here that isn't doing construction.
I know, and it's unbelievable. I told my wife, I said, this summer, it's surely going to be done by football season. Otherwise, it's just going to be just a juggernaut, but it's not.
No, it's going to be.
Projects are still up and going.
No, it's going to be a juggernaut. Here's Adam Haleska, Wells Fargo Advisors with the markets.
Thanks, guys. Good morning, everyone. Stocks finished slightly higher on Tuesday. The Dow added 14 points to 26,064 points. S&P 500 briefly traded above 2,900 for the first time before closing up 1 point above record level of 2,897. And the Nasdaq Composite gained 12 points to an all-time high of 8,030 points. Major averages did extend gains as investors assessed the latest economic and geopolitical updates. Yesterday, U.S. equities advanced by news that the U.S. and Mexico agreed on framework for a new trade deal to replace NAFTA. 7 of 11 sectors did finish in negative territory, with telecom and energy down the most. Technology and consumer discretionary stocks outperformed as shares of Qualcomm increased 3.6%, and Netflix climbed 1.1%. In earnings, DSW surged 20.2% and closed at $32.70 a share after the shoe retailer bested earnings projections. And in the merger and acquisition space, Yum China climbed 3.9% amid reports that the firm rejected a recent takeover attempt. Looking at today here, Wednesday, August 29th, major averages are fluctuating following yesterday's gains. The Dow was down 6 points. S&P is up 5 this morning, and Nasdaq is trading up 29 points on the session. Trade and geopolitical concerns will remain in focus today as the U.S. and Canada begin negotiations to revise the NAFTA agreement. Looking overseas, European markets are mixed. At mid-session here, the Stoxx 600 is gaining 0.2%, while the FTSE 100 is down 0.3% in London. And in Asia overnight, the Shanghai Composite lost 0.3%, while Japan's Nikkei 225 added 0.2% overnight. Treasuries are a little changed this morning with the yield on the 10-year note down 1 basis point. That's at 2.87%. In commodities, crude is climbing 0.7% this morning, and that is trading at $69.03 a barrel. And lastly, gold is down 0.2%, and that is trading at $12.05 an ounce, all amid a stronger dollar. Once again, this has been Adam Haleska with Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. If you're in the Iowa City, Coralville area, we can be reached at 319-338-3799, or you can always come in and see us. Adam Haleska, Corey Urian, Tad Stoley, and Daryl Courtney. We're all at 501 12th Avenue, Suite 201 in Coralville, Iowa. Thanks, guys.
Iowa City's news first, 24 hours a day at 1630 KCJJ.com. Powered by Lucky's Market at the Iowa City Marketplace.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Clouds with some foggy areas this morning, otherwise sunshine for today, far cooler and less humid, and a high in the low 70s. Tonight, a mostly clear sky. Low drops down to around 55 degrees. More sun on Thursday, upper 70s for a high. Showers and thunderstorms return to the forecast Thursday night through Friday, right on into Saturday morning. Some pockets of heavy rain possible once again. Highs into the low 80s. That's your KCJJ forecast. Currently, it's 62 degrees.
Mighty 1630. KCJJY just got a Facebook message. I will avoid using that bridge for at least 3 months.
Who's that?
This guy on Facebook.
Why?
Because the concrete.
For 3 months?
For 3 months.
I will avoid using it for I try to avoid that area even when there is no construction. It's just
The only reason we were down there was to go to the dog park, take Wapsie to the dog park.
I used to go to that, but I lived over in Old Coralville, so I just walked down to IRP and crossed the bridge.
Yeah. But it was the first time I'd driven on the new concrete there in front of Mayflower, and it was actually pretty nice.
But anytime you're going to have a street that's one of the busiest streets in town reduced to one lane, it's going to be something you're going to have to deal with. Yeah, it's just going to be something you're going to have to deal with. So, like Charlie said, just allow yourself more time. If it was an 11 o'clock game, I think they'd really have some issues. But 2:30, it allows them to spread out a little bit, and it will be interesting to see what people do.
Don't worry about the time and have fun. And it's the first
just leave
game.
your house earlier.
Yeah, leave your house early.
Isn't the train, the Hawkeye Express, that thing's
running?
I think the Hawkeye Express is a great idea, and that's something we did not talk about with Charlie.
We should park at the mall, and they'll take it. I mean, it's really, to me, that's the way to do it this weekend.
It is, because, come in on the interstate and take Coral Ridge, right, and you're right there.
How many people could Hawkeye Express handle in it? Let's say all of a sudden 40,000 people want to do the Hawkeye Express.
Well, I don't think it can do that.
What if 20,000?
But I think it can. I'll bet it could do 10,000.
Yeah, it does about 10.
Because that would really, to me, that's the way to go. If you can park your car out at the mall.
I just told my driver to pick me up at noon. So.
And then tell her to avoid the Park Street Bridge because the concrete won't be settled by then.
She knows how to get that. Amanda does a good job.
I would love if we have any. Is there such a thing as a concrete engineer?
Dirk.
Well, I would imagine.
You guys
I just read Google.
No, I'm just saying what I read. I don't know. I'm not.
Like Hunter said, there's new cement. I don't know. I mean, if somebody knows anything about concrete settling, call in.
We would like to hear somebody who knows more about it than we do, which should be about anybody. I'm just saying what I read.
I just went to Google, and after the first 100 negative comments about Trump, that came up. So.
All Trump's got to do is Google Trump, Fox News, and it'll be. It'll be. I mean, seriously, I'm not joking.
There you go.
It'll just be a big love fest.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you Google.
Why is he Googling himself? Hello.
Well, do you want him doing that or scratching?
Good morning.
Anything more about concrete than you guys do?
Well, make something up though, just so we can push this narrative.
Well, I have poured concrete before for post footings and also for sidewalk and driveway.
Okay.
And a patio, for that matter.
Okay.
Well, you're ahead of us. You're ahead of us.
Yeah, but it does take a while to cure. I do know that, and well,
what do you mean by cure? To get to the maximum strength?
But does it need to be completely cured for these?
Be as solid as possible.
Okay, what I'm asking though, does it need to be at 100% cured for them to have automobiles going over it? That's what I don't know. And obviously,
it does not need to be 100% cured, obviously, but the closer to cured, the better. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, what I was going to call about was the Hawkeye Express. I don't know if you saw some idiot in Palo tried to beat it at the crossing the other night and got pushed into a ditch. He didn't get hurt badly, but his passengers got dinged up, had to be taken to the hospital.
What a moron!
Then they put in. He was driving with a suspended license. I thought,
Gee, there's a shot.
So he got a ride to the Lynn County Hilton, courtesy of the sheriff's office.
He was obviously leaving from a Mensa meeting.
Yeah, very, very obviously where he doesn't belong at Mensa. But, oh, my God, yeah. But at least the train didn't get damaged, that it isn't able to operate.
Well, that's good. No, it's going to need to be 100% because, there's going to be more people using Hawkeye Express. And Pat said, I think it's a good idea. Do it early.
Definitely. That's what I take, by and large, when I come down from Cedar Rapids. I
that's perfect
park
for you.
at Ridge Mall.
Yeah, just park right in the mall there. That's a perfect way to do it.
Yep, and walk down. It's a nice walk unless the weather sucks, and that's part of the deal. But no, it's nice to do. My other go-to if I'm really running behind, I can't count on the train. I'll go down to Highway 1, exit on 218 there, and then park around Sunset area, and then walk into the stadium. And, I'm still able to.
So you come in from 218 off of Milrose?
Pardon?
You come in off 218, take the Milrose exit?
No, I go all the way. I avoid Melrose.
Oh, and then you wrap around and then come up from the south on Sunset.
Come up from the south on Sunset, up towards Benton.
Yeah,
and park somewhere. Sometimes I can park in University Heights, but it's
well, I know what you mean. Dirk recommended that way too, which makes sense. My only concern is if all of a sudden 10,000 people decide they're going to go the Sunset route. I just don't. I don't know how it will handle that, but
right.
No.
Well, hopefully more people take Mormon Trek, but
it's down to one lane.
And not all be on Sunset, but Sunset's a nice way to avoid a lot of traffic.
It is. No, you're right about that.
So anyway, well, you guys take care.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Thanks for the call.
No, Mormon Trek's down to one lane in certain areas, just so people know. I mean, it was the last time I was over there a couple of days ago. Maybe
this is our concrete engineer.
Hello.
I do know the concrete inside of the Hoover Dam is still curing. That's a fact.
So will that impact Saturday's game? Because if the dam breaks, what happens?
It might impact UNLV's game.
Yeah, but it takes a long time.
Well, it says here that by the time concrete cures, KGYM will still not have had a phone call.
I didn't see that one coming.
No.
I didn't see that one coming.
I did not either.
Did not see that one coming. Mean, harsh. But I do think that one of us, somebody from here, needs to get in contact with those construction workers to let them know what's going on. Because I have a feeling that they're just not aware of what's going on, and that we've got the hidden gems here. I think. Should we call? I think when this is done, I'm driving down there. And
Would you drive down there?
I've just been discussing
this
with
what you're doing.
I'm discussing this with my fellow experts on the radio, and you guys are in trouble.
Hey, Wade pours concrete now.
Yes, he does.
And hell, why hasn't he called in yet? God, we want him to call in, and he doesn't.
Hello.
So what exactly are you trying to figure out here?
Okay, the bridge, the Park Road Bridge, there is a piece of Dubuque Street that's going to connect with the Park Road Bridge and Dubuque Street.
Yeah, by Hancher. It's what takes you over the river.
But the piece of roadway has not been poured. As of Sunday, it had not been poured. So the question is, when will it be safe to drive on? Let's say they poured it on Tuesday. Oh. Thank you so much.
Jesus Christ.
Now, who's that? Is that fake weight?
Fake weight.
I thought fake weight was more. Not that was that guy. Kind of was humming.
Hello.
He was humming something.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good.
There's a type of concrete mix that actually gets a high early. That usually gets 1 to 2 days after they pour it. They can actually drive on it.
Okay, so that's kind of what I thought.
So we imagine that's what they would use?
Yep, in that situation, probably. I think so.
Great.
Okay, thank you for
that's what I wanted to hear.
All right, thanks. I'm still worried. I think one of us needs to race out there to make sure they're using the right concrete.
Or at random expert. Hello.
Pat, what would you rather do? Watch Concrete Cure or listen to Jim Class?
Jesus. Those both involve different senses. One is listening, one is observing.
Absolutely.
And I just think
I'm sure this call is going to wrap everything together here. Hey, good morning.
2% chloride and high early. And if you're doing it in the winter, you add hot water. That's a fact.
What are we doing, making meth or cement?
No, if you're pouring a street back in the winter.
Well, this isn't the winter.
Yeah, this isn't the winter.
Then don't add hot water. Just add 2% chloride and a mix high early.
And it'll set in 2 days to drive on.
Yeah, and that's if the guy at the plant really did it. And that's who you got to trust.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
I drive on it next year. Just give it a year.
Give it a year. Okay, you're right, Tom. That wrapped everything up. Jesus. Oh, I think this show's going to kind of carry itself.
Hello.
Well, they're repairing Scott Boulevard. They're doing one side. They pour it in the afternoon. You drive on it the next morning, and they got the other side tore up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I guess the 7-day thing.
Well, this thing isn't going across the bridge; it's just connecting to the bridge.
Connecting the bridge to.
Okay, so
Dubuque
but you're
Street.
not over anything what they're pouring, other than land.
No, it's land.
Yeah, well,
it's
then-
right before the river. Well, still, you don't want. I mean,
Well,
no,
I understand
well,
that, but at least you're not going to drown.
We've basically made a
No.
whole bunch out of. We basically overreacted to nothing. I mean,
Hello?
Like I said, trust the workers.
Hello.
You know where else? You can find asphalt.
Is that a hyphenated? Is that one word, or is that two words, or are those two words hyphenated? Is that ASPHALT,
Hello?
or is it?
Yeah, the concrete's been poured. There's just one strip of, like, for a brick sidewalk that isn't filled in right now. So
Okay.
I'm sure they're working on it.
Okay.
All right. So the bridge open already?
The bridge isn't open, but the concrete's poured.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
enough.
Okay, and then we found out that there's special concrete that can.
Yeah.
I'm just stunned that we have not heard from Asphalt Boy. I mean, how many times he calls?
Cement
We need
Boy.
him. Oh, is he Cement Boy?
Yes.
I thought he was Asphalt Boy.
No, he pours cement. Why would he be asphalt?
What's the difference between cement and asphalt?
Asphalt is
it's
kind of
yeah, it's
the tar like.
Yeah, it's the tar.
It's the black.
If you poured asphalt over there, not only would you wouldn't be able to get out of your car.
Well, I know one place where there's not concrete or asphalt, and that's right out here.
You got that right.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hey, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the guy that might be leaving Iowa was that football or basketball? And also, how's the recruiting going for football? Thank you.
Leaving Iowa.
I have no idea.
What's have you?
No, I don't have any idea what he's talking about.
I haven't seen anything on Twitter or Facebook. Have you? How about the Freak Show? Have you,
No, nothing.
I haven't seen anything about anyone leaving.
No.
Maybe it's somebody who's already left that he's referring to.
Could be.
Because I'm trying to think of who they've had. We've had a lot of attrition, but the last one I believe that we announced that was leaving wasn't it Nate Whelan from City High? And I've heard that he's basically just going to stay here and go to school. I don't know for sure. I've actually tried to reach out to Nate a couple times, but if he doesn't want to talk, that's fine. I can understand that.
Yeah.
As far as football recruiting, what do they have, 14, 15 commits in the 19 class?
I think 15. Yep.
To me, it seems like
it's about where it usually is.
Yeah, it's nothing. I don't think this class is anything extraordinary compared to typical Iowa, but I don't think it's anything disturbing. It's a typical Iowa class on paper. They seem to be filling. They got a quarterback. They got the quarterback from Colorado. They've got a lot of different. I think they really want this defensive end from Georgia, that Tamari Fox.
Yeah.
I think they got a chance for
And
him.
He was actually fairly close to committing when he was here.
Well, supposedly. I mean, sometimes I think I don't know. But I wonder if he's fighting the urge to stay closer to home. That's just a theory because he hasn't committed yet. And my guess is before it's all done, they will have roughly around 20. They always seem to. We always hear, well, this year they'll only have 16 or 17 because it's a small senior class. And then before it's all said and done, it almost always seems to get somewhere between like 20 and 23.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it is a small senior class.
It is.
But
if you have a ton of attrition, I mean, that's. And they did award 4 scholarships to yesterday, and Dalton Ferguson, Austin Kelly, the fullback, Nate Weeding, the tight end, and what was the there's one other one. I hate it when I can't think of.
What's it?
Dalton Ferguson, Nate Whiting, Austin Kelly.
Was it Groneweg?
Yeah, Kyle Groneweg, the receiver. So those 4 were put on scholarship. Congratulations to them. 3 of those guys are seniors, so those are guys that have really stayed the course, and I'm really happy for all those guys. And there was we were discussing it amongst reporters yesterday, and I ended up writing my column on it because there were some people that said, it'd be neat if Kirk would kind of lighten up a little bit with it and let some of these milestone moments that happen in private, bring them out on social media. Because you do see a lot, like PJ Fleck. Anytime Minnesota does anything, it's in front of the world to see. I thought about it. The more I thought about it, I don't have a problem with schools that do it that way. If they want to do it that way, that's fine. I like the way Kirk does it more, though. I think some things still have to be I think Kirk is old-fashioned that he believes that bonding experience amongst players and coaches, there's some stuff that's just off limits to people outside of that team, and I don't have a problem with that. We don't either. We don't need to see and know everything that goes on. I don't care if there's video cameras all over and social media and transparency. If they want to do that stuff in private, because look at it this way. I mean, yeah, it's great when you do it in front of the team, but how do you know? I didn't put this in my column yesterday, and I wished I would have, but let's say they show the kid that's getting surprised with a scholarship, and it's great. Everyone on social media sees. How do you know that kid sitting next to him was maybe the next kid in line for a scholarship? And maybe that, and I think Kirk wants to avoid. Kirk doesn't like putting a ton of attention on. He's not a self-promoter, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem doing stuff behind the scenes. I still like the sanctity of the team. Let them have some of their moments alone. Those are moments they can cherish forever.
Yep.
And fans don't need to know everything. There.
I agree with you.
But as far as anyone leaving, I don't know. We settled the asphalt thing. If anybody knows about anybody,
my best guess on the asphalt cement thing is if they've got the thing open, take it.
What if all of a sudden cars just start falling into the river? Then you guys were right. Dirk was right. What's different between concrete and cement? He's Googling.
That's a good question. I honestly don't know the answer to that.
You going to answer that phone?
Hello.
I think actually it's called concrete.
I think that's
actually
the same thing,
technically.
I have two questions. Is anyone giving away tickets for the Iowa game? And if I could get a free ticket, do you have any water bottles on the auction for Kinnick Stadium?
Captain, those are your questions.
All yours, Cap.
I will say, I don't know if they'll be free, but I bet if you played it right and you walked up to Kinnick Stadium 10 minutes before kickoff, what do you think you can get a ticket for?
$10 to $20.
I was thinking 10. I was thinking $10.
Yeah.
Although the terms cement and concrete are often used interchangeably, concrete or cement is an ingredient of concrete.
Okay, that's okay.
Concrete is basically a mixture of aggregates and paste. The aggregates are sand and gravel or crushed stone.
That'd be a neat name.
The paste is water and Portland cement.
What do you think of that for a band, the Aggregates? You like that?
I like it.
You like that, Captain?
Yeah.
The Aggregates.
Concrete and Clay was
I think we have
the name of a band or a name of a song.
There you go.
They opened for England Dan and John Ford Coley, didn't they? My brother used to listen to them, and he knew I didn't like them, so he'd play them really loud and sing their songs.
I hate them.
Oh, they were bad.
Hello.
Tom, England Dan and John Ford Coley. What's your thoughts, Tom?
No, I was just going to say it's cement until it's poured, and then it cures, and then it's concrete. So like a cement mixer, they're keeping it mixing, and then you pour it.
Again, the difference between cement and concrete, cement is an ingredient of concrete.
That's what he said. You pour the cement, and then it forms and becomes concrete. Okay. Boy, we're learning a lot today.
Asphalt.
We're learning a lot today.
I thought he was.
Did he end with something mean? Was that a shot on someone?
I have no idea.
I think that may have been a shot on me, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. I've got a question for Tom Suter.
There you go.
Okay.
Tom.
Hey, did Connie Hawkins ever step foot on the University of Iowa campus?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, he was here.
You bet.
I didn't know how long was he there for?
A couple months, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't.
Because the pickup games were legendary.
It wasn't even a half year. Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. I wasn't even alive.
All right, thanks a lot. I don't know if it's true or not that he had always heard it. But
no, he was out here.
Pictures of him or anything ever.
I remember as a kid watching him shoot and stuff.
Wasn't Sharm Sherman the guy who got him out here? Who got it?
Sharm, yeah, probably so.
So were you alive then?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Connie Hawkins was here in the mid to late 50s, right?
1960.
Was it 60?
60 or 61, I think.
I had his mother and Don Nelson's mother as my teachers at Dankman School in Rock Island.
Connie Hawkins?
He's from New York.
Sherman. Sharm Sherman. Okay.
And Don Nelson.
Okay.
No, not Connie Hawkins.
Don Nelson's your favorite player.
Hands, I know that.
What's that?
He had huge hands.
He was Dr. J before Dr. J.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really was.
All right, thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
Connie Hawkins, boy, a name from the past. And then your favorite player, Don Nelson.
My favorite.
Who do you like more between Don Nelson and Barry Alvarez, if you had to pick?
Well, one effed me over when I was 8 years old, and the other continually still effing me over. So.
All right.
Real simple.
Right. Hello.
Yeah, so if you had a band called the Aggregates, would you play hard rock?
That's pretty good.
Here from,
That was pretty good.
From Messenger, the difference between concrete and cement is KGYM's ratings are mired in concrete.
Jesus, let them be. Just let them be.
I didn't.
What have they done to deserve this?
That's from Messenger.
Just.
Oh, okay.
I had nothing.
But
yeah, okay, Messenger.
I like that last call though. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Hard rock, get it? Hard.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay,
we were able to pick up on it.
I thought that was pretty good.
It'll be funnier in 7 days after it's cured.
Just so people know, this is an all Hawkeyes podcast. Everything you want to know about the Iowa football team. Unfortunately, we're talking more about cement today.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Dave. I just drove by the Parkwood Bridge.
Yeah.
And they are pouring that right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're cutting it thin. I mean,
well, even
fairness.
1 or 2 days,
Yeah.
yes. So it must be the kind that settles in 1 or 2 days, or
I hope to God
we're going to have the biggest lawsuits.
It's basically the walkway for this, pedestrians what they're paving right now.
Okay, so the other part is okay. That's
good.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, thanks for the update.
You bet.
So the part that is driven over, it sounds like it was poured, and now the part that's walked over is being.
So it was poured sometime Monday or Tuesday,
Yes.
because I was there Sunday and it was not.
Okay, and we've obviously had a couple of people call in and say that there is cement now that can be.
Yes.
So I mean,
we are cool.
Averted. Everybody needs to relax. Needs to just relax.
Now the concrete they're pouring, however, at the Kinnick House is the old style.
That's where I
concrete.
think all these concerned people need to go. And I've been told by Dirk that you can park in his yard if you want to go out there and protest or just be out there to see what's going on. He's not even going to charge either. And he doesn't care that it rains, doesn't care what it does to the grass, because he just wants to help. You agree, Captain? Nights are forever without you. Oh, God. That's just a bad song.
Yes, we all agree on that.
See, I thought you might like England Dan. God. Why is he England Dan? I'd want to know why do you call yourself England Dan? What's going on with that? I don't.
Maybe he's from England.
He's like
I know,
a big country singer.
So my Iowa Pat.
At one time.
I,
he went to country.
Well, he went straight to hell in a handbasket.
Hello.
Hey, Pat and Captain and Tom.
Yeah.
Dave from Bettendorf.
How you doing, Dave?
Hey.
Hey, a couple questions on the press conference yesterday. First of all, before I forget, what are you guys hearing for weather report there about kickoff time Saturday? Are you hearing chance of rain? Or
yeah, it's getting better. Each day it's gotten a little bit better.
From 60 to 20.
Yeah, it's a 20% chance now. Yesterday it was 60. Now it's a 20% chance of storms and scattered at best.
All right, guys. Well, I like your bringing it down there. Let's hope it ends up no rain at all for the game there.
That'd be great.
Hey, two quick things there, Pat. I see Ryan Gersani is head of Rastetter as the punter.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Actually, the depth chart was all wrong. Ryan Gersani is not. Rastetter's won the job, and Kirk seemed pretty confident that he's going to be able to handle it, but he also didn't rule out Gersani playing. But no, that depth chart's been wrong the whole time. Rastetter's number one.
Rastetter's number one. And,
yes.
But he's got. I know he kicks both that kind of that Australian side kick or straight on, doesn't he?
Well, mostly the Australian rugby stuff. I hope they've scrapped that because to me, that just looked like they were desperate from the beginning. It never looked good. I want my punter to do the traditional punting, but I don't think they trusted Rastetter's length and hang time. Do you, Tom?
No. And the only time I want to see that rugby punt is to try to pit them,
bury somebody,
and when you don't have enough field to.
Well, I knew last year when they sent Rastetter out to punt from like their own 30, and he rugbyed I'm like, wow, they got issues with punting. But no, it's still Colton Rastetter's number one right now.
Still number one. Yeah, I agree. I'm not a big side or.
I mean, it cost Michigan a game against Iowa in 2000. That 30 to. Remember when Lloyd Carr kept doing that stupid rugby punting, and their punting game just self-destructed.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, one other thing, Pat. The starting linebackers looks like it's going to be, of course, Amani Jones, young Nick Neiman, and is it Christian Welch?
Christian Welch. Yep.
I I heard Captain Kirk said he wasn't going to be opposed to rotating the other three guys in there, so it sounds like they might have a six-man linebacker crew. Is that?
Well, 5. He said 4 to 5. Dijon Colbert, I think he's going to play some, and I also think you may see some Barrington Wade in there. So, yeah, it's going to be – I think you're going to see more substitute. I mean, they never substituted at linebacker last year. I mean, those guys played from start to finish. And I think you will see some. I do think you'll see at least 5 linebackers play on
And
Saturday.
if there's some air between us and Northern Illinois, I'll bet we might even see a few more than that.
You could.
Possibly.
I mean, you could. Because I think those 3 are definitely the starters. I mean, but those other guys are pushing. I think they really like this. Is it, how do you pronounce Demon or Jamon? Jimon? Or
I don't know.
But
he looked pretty good in the spring
he
game.
did.
I remember he made some impression.
He's
in the
making
spring
fast
game.
strides. Since
I think
they
it's
moved
pronounced concrete.
There you go, concrete. Not to be but he's made good strides.
One other thing, Dylan Doyle, is he still kind of projected as a middle linebacker? It's hard to say where he might fit in there eventually. Or?
Well, he's going to play Saturday. We may see. I mean, Dylan Doyle is one of. I'm not sure if they got him mostly at middle. I think he could play probably 2 of the linebacker positions, but he is definitely going to be Dylan Doyle, Riley Moss, Julius Brents, and Tyler Linderbaum are the 4 true freshmen that I think are definitely going to play, and it's not going to have anything to do with that 4-game rule. They're in. I mean, I think they're in. I don't think all of a sudden after 4 games, Kirk's going to be like, hey, let's not play these guys anymore so we can – I think they need them this year. Other freshmen outside of the ones they haven't mentioned, you may see some cameos because they know that they can do that. But I don't think Kirk's going to do that just to do that.
Sounds like Nico Reganey is probably going to see some time in there.
And he's different. He's a year and a half out of – he went to prep school last year and came here in January. So he's older. I mean, he's So, you'll see him some. And, of course, the other newcomer that's going to play is Mekhi Sargent. I think they'll use 3 running backs.
Look forward to seeing him. All right, guys. Well, let's hope we're ready to go Saturday and go Hawks. And
all right,
good
Dave.
show, guys.
All right,
thanks so much for the call.
Yep. What do you got, Captain? Looks like you're ready to read something.
No.
Not?
No.
You had that thing?
Searching. I'm just searching for things.
Like Trump?
Yeah.
So you think he did wake up at 5 in the morning and Google Donald Trump?
Yes.
But why? Do you think he put colon or semicolon Fox News next to it?
No.
He obviously didn't.
No.
That's all somebody needs to tell him because then it's all positive and he's happy.
Actually, that's actually eroding a little bit, too. Because isn't Shepard Smith Fox News?
But then watch what's his name, Hannity?
Yeah.
No,
and then
Shepard Smith is real news.
He's been that way all the time.
Chris Wallace is
but it's
real
Hannity
news.
and what's the woman's name?
Is it Laura
Ingram?
Yeah, they're steadfast, and that's their thing. I don't listen to them because, like I said, I'm about as apolitical as you can get. I love my country.
Me too.
I love the John McCain stories. I love the stories of him just being mean and yelling at people, and then 2 minutes later hugging them. John McCain was mean. He had a temper. I mean, he just kind of yelled and screamed at everybody. I mean, he was very impatient.
Kind of like Steve.
He is kind of like very impatient.
Screaming at the callers.
Imagine Steve spending 5.5 years in a Vietnam prison.
What do you think? I've been on the air for 54 years. How much worse is it going to be?
That's your own prison? Is this your own Midnight Express?
Hello.
If you park your car in my yard, I will put you in a Vietnam prison.
All right. There you hear it, people. Park away on Dirk's front yard. That's just his invitation to say, I'm ready to help.
England Dan got his nickname for his love of British invasion music like the Beatles.
But then why didn't he play anything like
Didn't he become like a country guy? Or is that,
Nights are forever without you.
The first name of that duo was actually Wayland and Coley. His middle name, Dan Seals, brother of whatever his name
Jim?
was. Seals
Jim
and Cross
Seals,
fame.
Jim, yeah.
No, Seals and Cross were better than England Dan and John.
Oh, my God, yes.
Way better.
They
both
I like Seals and Cross.
Yes, Kenny Rogers was a big fan of theirs and recorded some of their songs.
Are we talking about Seals and Cross or England?
England Dan.
Oh, I know. I mean, like I said, my brother listened to him, and it was torture.
Did you see what he did to his face, Kenny
Who?
Rogers?
No.
He had so much plastic surgery. Honest to God, if they used the ingredients he had put in his face on that bridge,
They'd be able to drive. They'd be able to drive over it on Tuesday.
Yeah. Honest to God, he just looks like a freak.
Well, I think Cher looks like she's been in a prize fight.
Yeah, no.
You know, what the hell?
I don't know why they do that. I don't get it. You're 70-some years old. You're 70-some years old.
Mm-hmm.
I do not get it.
Keith Richards doesn't have a problem with it.
No. He don't care. Yeah.
No, I agree.
And he's, and what's his face with the 14-year-old wife doesn't have him.
Who's that? Bill Wyman?
Yeah.
How about England Dan and John? Do you think they got facelifts?
Dan Seals died in 2009 from lymphoma.
Are England Dan? Are they connected to Seals and Crofts? Are they?
Well, one of them is.
One of them was.
Dan was the brother of Seals in
Summer Breeze. It's a good song.
Now, wasn't Jim Seals? Didn't he also play in the Champs?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Play with. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
What's that? They got a couple decent songs, Seals and Crofts.
Yeah.
Do you know that Seals and Crofts opened for Led Zeppelin?
Can you imagine that concert?
Wow.
Summer breezed a whole lot of love.
Yeah. Jimi Hendrix opened for the Monkees.
Heavy into the Baha'i faith.
Jimi Hendrix opening for the Monkees. Think about that.
Yeah.
He took the last train to Clarksville, sadly.
He took the last train to Deadsville.
I know. Very
How
sad.
long did it take him to set?
Very sad. Jimi Hendrix is
Gigi Allen today to honor his birthday.
62. Gigi was.
How long
Michael
has he
Jackson
been dead?
would have been 60 years old today.
DJ's been dead. Gigi's been dead for I think 1996. He died.
Wow.
Not long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, not long enough.
So he died around 39 or 40?
Do you think the excrement is settled?
Well, when you die, the first thing you lose is,
But he lost it before he died.
Jesus.
All right. We've gone.
Any other thoughts on the new north end zone, Pat?
It's neat. I mean, it's one of the cooler things I've seen. Because, like I said, renovations don't usually do much for me, but that one's going. And when they someday do the north, if they someday do the south end zone like that, it's going to be something. I mean, it just gives it a whole different feel.
And I can't wait until the big video board's ready next year. That's going to be.
It's going to be nice.
Cool.
But for $90 million, is that how it should be nice?
Yes.
I mean, $90 million should buy something. But no, I like it. I'm very impressed with it.
Yeah, we were in there Saturday doing the seat install, and it looks cool.
It just looks like a professional's. It looks like an NFL stadium. It does. It just does. If you look at it just from the north end zone, you'd never know that you're in Kinnick Stadium.
Did you notice yesterday whether you could see the new Tiger Hawk on
It just
the water
depends on
tower?
where you were. If you're down like on the Iowa sideline, you can't. You got to get way down beyond the other side of the 50 heading south. Because like where Kirk stands and coaches from, he's not going to be able to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
All
I'm
that
guessing
stuff,
he
and
doesn't
then-
care. I mean, and I think it's neat. I never got into the water tower thing the way some people do.
I'm glad that they
Glad
did
they did it, but
exactly.
But it's not like it was a religious experience or anything.
It's going to be good marketing on TV. You're going to see it prominently on TV.
And
Maybe they'll show that instead of the cornfields, the combines.
But what will that marketing lead to? Is all I'm asking. I'm just. What will it lead to? Will all of a sudden just
More
2,000
awareness for the Iowa brand.
I don't know why.
And then what does that lead to? More sales and more ticket sales, or
who knows?
How do they benefit from that?
I think indirectly, yes. I think more directly, kids, young adults who are still looking for a brand to cling to will be more prone to attach themselves.
No, I think it's fine. I just was amazed at
You
how
think
many
it'll be look at that water tower.
God, I want to be a hawk.
Love it.
Well,
but it's a logo like
somewhat iconic.
Yeah, it's a logo like anything else.
It adds.
I mean, the arches for McDonald's, and I mean, it's
something. It is something.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a problem. All I said was some people were obsessed with getting that.
I
thing painted.
wanted it. I wanted it.
All right.
Well,
like to hear
and
what
I
Dick
don't
Dirk has to
understand
say
why
about
they
it.
don't. Their logo for the school is so similar to every other logo for every other university.
Yeah, it is.
That why not just adopt the freaking Tiger Hawk for the whole damn thing?
Because right now the university uses the capital.
Old Capital,
I
right?
understand, but if you look at the
I
other
can see
ones, they all look.
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, they all or have the old Capitol in back,
Of
or
the top.
or along,
Or have the Tiger Hawk above the old capital. Like, it's like in the sky, like it's a godly force.
Yeah, it's
What do you
a
think of that?
godly
a
force.
godly force.
Yeah.
Projecting from the
Yes.
Golden Dome of the
Able
old
to
Capitol.
settle cement in a matter of minutes.
Hey, Pat, are you going to be at the Fry Fest roundtable with the 83 coaches?
The panel thing, yeah, that's the one area where the media can. I'm going to observe. I don't think it's one of these open forums where we can just fire away questions. I think Phil Hattie's the MC of it. He'll be handling that. But yeah, I'm going to be there for that. That's at 1:30 or 12:30.
I have no idea.
I think it's at 1:30. I think I'm going to be there for that. I was actually talking to Don Patterson about that yesterday. But yeah, I'm heading out to Coralville to go to the convention center because I want to talk to Josh Schaumburger if he's out there about a couple things, and I want to see if I can get these coolers to a vendor for all Hawkeyes. Those coolers I have, some vendor would sell those things at all Hawkeyes, wouldn't they? Or I mean,
Josh should be a good contact for you.
So, yeah, but no, I'm going to the panel thing. That's at 1:30. That will definitely be where the media gets a chance to. I think it doesn't look like Bobby Stoops has done any interviews with anybody. I mean, I haven't seen anything, so that'll be your chance to probably maybe talk to him. But then there's other. I mean, Bill Brazier's going to be. Bill Brazier. I mean, he lives right here in town. He's a treasure that we have. I mean, he doesn't live too. He lives right off of Muscatine, off of Wild Green Road, and what is that? Wild Green Road.
Wild Green. Yeah.
Yeah, he lives, and he's. I mean. And you're not going to find a coach more respected than Bill Brazier. I mean, I was talking to Don Patterson about that yesterday. He had just had lunch with Bill, and I'm telling you, Bill was, I mean, he just was Hayden's right-hand man in so many ways. They had the same doctor deliver them in Eastland, Texas. And the thing with Bill Brazier, he was the perfect complement to Hayden Fry.
He was a gentleman.
He was just, I mean, he and Hayden fit so well together, and they had so much mutual respect and trust. Hayden didn't meddle with the defense. He did not. I mean, Hayden was a control freak. I think we would all agree with that. Mm-hmm. But he had Bill Brazier there, and he knew.
I think most successful coaches are control freaks.
Hayden has credited Bill Brazier with the decision to come to Iowa. At the time, they had offers from Mississippi and I think Louisville.
Yeah, no, Bill Brazier was the one who finally said, hey, Coach, if they're going to talk, he was just looking from the enthusiasm they saw on film.
If they get 50,000 people to watch these terrible teams, imagine what they can do.
Wasn't it Brazier who made the joke to Hayden that, hey, if they cheer that hard for a first down, imagine if we scored. Yeah, that was all Brazier.
Yep.
And Hayden respected his opinion and listened to him, and Bill was kind of like Norm Parker. He didn't need to be the head coach. He didn't need to be the main guy. He was comfortable in his own skin. But he is right here in town. I'm not telling Iowa City natives to go knock on his door and give him a hug or anything, but he's a guy. I think it's easy to forget how important Bill Brazier was, and he will be part of the people honored on Friday. It's going to be neat. It's going to be a neat weekend. And
I look forward to your stories on that.
And and Hayden, just so people know, Hayden will not be here this weekend. I mean, that's because, like I said, there was some uncertainty about that, but he's not going to be here. But he'll be here in spirit, and I mean, he doesn't need it. Of course, it would be better if Hayden was here, but it can still be a neat event even without Hayden.
Yeah. Well, look forward to your article on that, and thanks again for sending people my way to park on Saturday.
All right.
Hey, charge them $50 each. You could make a fortune.
There you go.
Hanoi Hilton will be the name of our home this weekend. Goodbye.
In honor of John McCain.
Thanks, LOGD.
But Bill Brazier is. Sometimes he's easy to forget, but he was.
Oh, he was great.
He was great, and I know players that played for him that just would swear by the guy. And I bet you, if you asked your buddy Barry Alvarez, some of the people that have had the biggest influence on him, I bet you Bill Brazier would be right up there because that was Barry's boss when Hayden got him here. I mean, Bill. And what happened was, Bill was kind of what kept Barry from staying here, because Bill wasn't going anywhere. Barry was ready to go. They were off by about 5 years. Barry was ready to go and start becoming a head coach in the late 80s. Bill stayed till 95.
I know Todd Simonson loved Coach Brazier.
Todd Simonson was my brother's best friend and roommate, and was in his wedding, and God rest his soul.
Oh, Todd was. I loved. We were playing some gigs in Hills, Iowa, at Johnny's Southside Tap, it was called, and Simo would come up on stage and grab a tambourine and play with us.
I didn't know you knew him that well.
Oh yeah,
how'd you get to know him?
Through Billy.
Okay. He and my brother were really tight.
He used to go to, I think it was Mom's.
Okay.
Probably.
Todd was in my brother's wedding. I was the best man, and Todd was one of the groomsmen. And it's one of the few times talking to my brother when he started crying shortly after Todd died. my brother just lost it on the phone. It was he was one of his best friends.
And we played softball with Simo for a number of years.
He had the biggest legs. He was a physical freak.
Hello.
I think we should start a new contest sponsored by all Hawkeyes and KCJJ.
Okay.
To paint a Tiger Hawk on the old Capitol Dome.
Yeah.
There you go.
I thought you were going to have some kind of cement contest.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
No. You were talking cement, and you were nowhere.
Nowhere
to be found.
No, you're hiding. Wait, you're hiding.
I was working.
No, you weren't. You were hiding.
I was. I was down in between Riverside and Columbus.
How long does it take cement to cure?
He's asking you now because he has the answer.
It depends.
Okay, I mean, okay, you're right.
It depends on what kind, right?
Yeah, you can mix a lot of different things in it, calcium to make it dry faster, and the weather, humidity, all these things affect it. How thick it is.
Well, should we tell him? Were you listening? Should we tell him how we got onto cement?
Sure.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, initially, the discussion was, in the old days, it took 7 days for concrete to dry enough to drive on it.
Right.
But that is not true any longer.
No, you can drive on it the next day if they put in calcium.
So how long have we had the ability? How long has there been that type of concrete around? I mean, because none of us were aware of that.
It's been a while because that's what they've been doing on interstates for a while. You know, they put it at night, and the next day sometime you're driving on it.
Okay. Yeah. So that explains it. All right. Everybody's safe.
And I know I can drive very quickly because I had some extra, and I dumped it at my house, and I thought that I would have time to come back, get my truck clean, put it away, and go home and spread it out. Oh, no.
Hey, Jeff, Jeff, speaking of dumping, are you aware that it's Gigi Allen's 62nd birthday?
I am not.
Well, you are now. You learned something.
I don't even know who that is.
Look him up because I think you'll like him. He would have kept you. He would have kept you in business. Look him up. It's Gigi.
What's this post I'm seeing that Kinnick Field got flooded by a toilet?
It was like yeah, people were saying it was raw sewage and the stuff on social media. I mean, you would have thought it was San Andreas. You would have thought it was San Andreas by the time that thing.
They said it was Brian that did it. That he overflowed a toilet.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Captain.
Goodbye.
Where are we going with this, Captain?
People have been posting that. It's just...
Iowa ended up having to release a statement.
The internet has not been a lot of people.
I loved it when Iowa released a statement saying that there was water in the field, but it has since drained. That was
it drained in an hour,
and then that was like breaking news: water's off the field, game.
Game back on.
Yeah, like we have.
It was Tuesday.
Well, it's that's NASCAR. Hasn't anybody it rains? They get the dryers out, and they're racing.
But that was social media at its finest or worst, I guess you could say.
However you want to put it.
Shock value and just. I mean, it was kind of neat seeing those photos with all that water on there because
I posted a photo of it.
You were contributing to the sanity. You were right there.
Yeah.
You thought, didn't you say that you thought they wouldn't play again until about 2020 at Kinnick? You thought at least 2 years it would take to get that water off that field, but no, it was. I just looked on Twitter and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, look at this, and people were just in panic.
Hello.
I will guarantee somebody's butt's in a ringer because of that. With all the construction that's going on up there,
but Jeff,
it was
Jeff. They got 3.5
act of God.
It
Jeff,
was, it was 3.5, inches of rain in an hour.
I mean, that's just how do you plan for that?
Even so, I guarantee you, somebody covered up a drain that was supposed to run off.
No, it ran down after it filled up. It ran down. It worked. It was dry within an hour.
Yeah, but it didn't have that much. It was bubbling.
You
It
just
was
want
bubbling
somebody to
up.
suffer.
Yeah, you want someone to suffer. So
No,
you,
someone is going to.
So you, a superhero of the community named Cement Boy,
can come in there and save the day.
Yeah, and plug up the drain with
You
your cement.
Jeff, you should go over there with some type of cape on today and ask if they need help.
Yo, you walk around. Seriously, I would give
Last
anything
time
for.
I did that for you guys, the cops got called.
That's true. You know, the most fun I ever had in court, one of the most fun, is when I went to court with Jeff because he was covering a news story for us, and they arrested him.
I remember that.
And I sat there, and the prosecutor goes to me, so you let this guy that doesn't have a degree in journalism, has no college degree,
No, some of the best
cover
journalists
a news story. And I said, hell, I don't have a degree, and I own the radio station. And the judge started laughing. And he won the case.
What was Jeff
won
covering?
The case.
What was Jeff covering?
Some I don't know, accident or something. On
why didn't you send one of your employees out there?
It was Saturday night.
Oh, I see. Should have sent Murph out there.
It was before Murph.
Before Murph?
Pre-Murph.
Murph would have told you to go spin, too, wouldn't you?
I'll cover it later.
All right.
I'm napping.
God, we've almost killed another 90 minutes. This has gone fast. I mean, that Charlie Miller call seems like a different life.
Charlie Miller call was great, and then it was all concrete.
Charlie Taylor.
All
Charlie
the time.
Taylor. I keep saying Charlie Miller because
Charlie Taylor.
Somebody I worked for at Athlon was Charlie Miller, and he spelled it L-I-E like Charlie does.
You
Charlie
remember
Taylor.
Charlie Taylor, Andy Taylor?
I will start using that as a reason to remember. Yeah. But trying to think if anything else, any surprises from yesterday. Not really. I mean, one thing
I was a little surprised with the punter.
I guess I was because they had been listing Gersandi, but I think you're surprised not because you think Gersandi's really good, because Rastetter was so bad last year. Is that part of it?
That was part of it, and Gersandi was hurt most of the season too.
Yeah, and he had a couple more. So I mean, I'm a little disappointed that Gersandi hasn't beaten him out, but maybe that means Rastetter's better than he was last year. He better be, because if he's averaging 37.8 yards again on 55 punts, they're going to be in trouble.
Then we're going to win 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
Iowa. Every team needs a good punter, but really Iowa football does. One thing I found interesting yesterday was when one of the TV guys was obviously going to do something on Ivory Kelly Martin. Right away, he's like, "So, Kirk, Ivory has firmly established himself as the number one runner." Right away, Kirk's like, I'm not real comfortable with that context. He right away said, all three of these guys are going to play. Ivory will start the game, but Kirk was careful. I think Ivory, yes, he's their starting running back, but this isn't the situation right now where I think Iowa goes into Saturday's game thinking 25, 5-5. I think it's more like maybe 15, 10-7 carries is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of it goes for the feel of the game, too. If all of a sudden Ivory gets hot early, you're going to see him in more. Now, let's say he gets cold early and fumbles or something. I mean, it's a very fluid
ball
situation.
Security is going to make
big.
a huge difference.
But it's very fluid. I think what Kirk was trying to stress is that all three of those running backs are going to factor into things. And just because one guy's starting doesn't mean he is firmly entrenched as the guy who's going to be their feature back. He wants all three of these guys engaged. And they're going to need all three of them. They really will. Injuries or not.
I got spoiled with those rosters plastic rosters that I had around my neck for about the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing them or not.
Wow.
I don't know.
What do you do? I mean,
you'd have to carry around a DI or something with the.
Well, that isn't convenient.
No. How do you know they're not doing them?
I don't know that they're not, but I haven't heard about it. I've heard about it by now, and that somebody's got it. And
they don't do the iClub breakfast anymore, do they? Before the games.
No, Kirk didn't want to do it.
Yeah, which some people made a big hubbub
free
about.
Lunches?
They do. They do. They have a couple things, but I could see that after a while. To me, that had ran its course, don't you think?
No, we were making money off of it.
How were you guys making money off it?
We were selling it. We were broadcasting.
We were broadcasting.
Oh. Yeah, you were the only ones doing it too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I know Richard loved going to that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he really enjoyed it, and he's never been the same since they pulled it off. He's just never been the same.
I just wanted the money.
Yeah, but
and I like doing it. I mean, people.
Oh, no,
listen
absolutely.
To it. People listen to it. They look forward.
And they
to
liked it.
Yeah,
but I can see why Kirk didn't want to do it anymore.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
Of course.
I covered it a few times for the Press Citizen. There was one time when I didn't cover it, and Hayden Fry called me out. I don't see the local paper here. He called me out for not being there, and I remember it was at.
Now, how come he can call you out, and then when Bud calls you out?
Well, because Hayden called me out once or twice, but it was every weekend. Every weekend, I'd have to be the spokesperson for the freaking Press Citizen.
You go. I don't know. I don't read it.
I didn't read it. I mean, I didn't read it very often, and I definitely don't. I mean, do you read the Press Citizen now?
No.
Do you read it online?
I see a story now and again, but
and I told you that guy that was just all over you about improving the look of my column.
Yeah,
he's the new Tuesdays with Torby is the new
Torby Brecht. Yeah,
he's the new news editor of the Press Citizen.
Tory Brecht, excuse me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tuesdays with Torby, Captain.
Yeah.
Torby. Hunter's got something.
The laminated roster things are available.
Who called?
Somebody called and said they had them at the Johnson County iClub, and they should be available at Fry Fest.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
so
okay.
Right. Thank you for
great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. We don't know a lot. We've had people.
Can you get me one?
Well, I don't know that I can get to Fry Fest.
I mean, I'll try if I can.
I would love to. I hadn't been planning.
So neither one of you guys are going to go to Fry Fest. You guys are just.
We went to all of them when we were on the landing.
Yeah,
not real fans.
I went to all of them.
Now it's a couple miles away, and you're just bailing ship. I'll be over there carrying on the Hawkeye love for you guys. You know, you guys are the real haters. I'm the one who cares. I'll fight through that traffic.
So you said the iClub has them?
What do you mean the iClub? What there's?
Well, I would, because I would love to get them.
Couldn't you? I bet you they have them over at Carver Hawkeye Arena. You may have to drive across town to get them.
I got to work. You know.
I mean, you're off in about an hour.
No, I got to work. We got an auction.
And
then I can't
well, see, that's the problem.
I'm going into the hospital.
You go get them today.
I got to go to the hospital.
What's wrong?
Where can I get them today?
Maybe they have them over at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
I got problems. So I'm going. I have a complete scan and
and my problem Friday is we got an auction and I've got
I'm saying today if it was that important to you, drive over to.
If I knew that they were there, I would.
I can't imagine they wouldn't have one, but I don't know. You'd have to call over there. I mean, I'm not even aware of what you guys are talking about. Yeah, they'll let you know if you can get them over there. So.
Because typically it was a private individual that did them. Ed Otten was the guy that used to do them.
Where would you always get yours?
At the tailgate.
Oh, before
Ed Otten always had them. Yeah.
Maybe they'll be available. I mean, who knows? I don't know. So,
but I don't know.
I saw a big stack of them just left on the field before the big flood. So,
no, then they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone now because that water came gushing.
There's going to be hell to pay.
Oh, it's.
I heard half of the new edition was
raging water.
Yeah,
they're just lucky no
torn apart.
It was right up to the.
Social media had the new North End Zone project completely
washed away.
At
one point,
you have to start over.
There were cars actually leading.
And University Heights was basically gone at one point on social. By 9 o'clock last night, University Heights had been wiped off the face of the earth.
You know, there's no reason for that damn thing to exist.
I did hear though that the water was rushing so fast in University Heights that it was given a ticket. You like that? You like that one? That needs a rim shot.
Yeah, give him.
The water was clocked going 27 miles on Melrose, and the police stopped and gave it a ticket.
Yeah,
I think we got to end on that. We're not going to get any better than that. Are we done?
I think done is good.
And I'm not here again until Saturday, right?
No, Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
We're going to bring it.
How are you going to get here?
I'm going to drive. I mean, how else would I
What
get
route are you going to take?
Yeah, what route are you going to take?
Sand Road, the one I always do. So.
Okay.
What if there's construction?
Yeah. Then what do you do?
It's better than going this way, because this way I'll be out at AJ's needing new tires by Wednesday.
All right. Thanks for listening to allhawkeyes.com. Get your subscription today.
1-800-800-ROSE.
1-800-800